Solutions for flea, tick, and heartworm prevention. First, I want to talk about my background and why I'm even here doing this. Um, a healthy pet is an unattractive host. So the healthier your animal is, their immune system, their gut health, the less attractive they are to these pests. That's what we are shooting for. The side effects of these products versus the risk of not using them. It's really important to look at. How do the products work? It's good to know what they're actually doing because I think a lot of us don't quite understand, I didn't, how they work. What do we need to use? What are you looking for your animal in your situation? Natural options and what we've been using for pest prevention for our animals. So I am not a veterinary professional. Well, that's not a good spelling. This is not meant to replace veterinary medicine. We are sharing education, practical experience, and where we can get it, research and science. So what are the risks, first of all, of the pests and the poisons? This is the comparison. So if you have an animal that has a compromised immune system, it is going to invite the pests to bite them. A lot of times, animals will have an allergic reaction to either the tick, flea, or mosquito bites. When we put the chemicals on or in our animal, it compromises their immune system, which you can get the picture that we're creating a cyclical situation that does not end up helping our animals. Same with us as people. So these toxins can shut down your animal's immune system. Side effects from the poisons as well as the weakened immune system can be detrimental and really, really dangerous. So I want to show you.
It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby.
It's heartbreaking video. 2-year-old Locum having one of many seizures in his New Jersey home. More than 21 million views since being posted in April. Most alarming, Locum had his first seizure after taking just one dose of Simparica, a relatively new flea and tick drug prescribed by Locum's vet at the Rutherford Animal Hospital without telling her of known side effects.
They should have warned me, and I was using something else, a collar that was working for him, so why change?
Simparica, along with the drugs NexGard, Prevecto, and Credelio, are flavored chews taken once a month. They've become extremely popular in just 5 years or less on the market. But Pix 11, through the Freedom of Information Act, has obtained all these reports sent by veterinarians and pet owners to the FDA, complaining of adverse side effects of these drugs. Near the top of the list, seizures. NexGard, the oldest product, 1,315 reported dog seizures in 5 years. Prevecto, 720 seizures in 4 years. Simparica, 557 seizures in 3 years. And Credelio, 6 seizures in 6 months. The manufacturers say these problems are very rare, less than 1 in 10,000. Still, Tuba Axoy wishes the vet told her that.
If you know the side effects, why wouldn't you just say something and leave that up to me to see if I want to take that chance?
Simparica's packaging does include information on neurological risk, but it's in small print on the back of the carton and in the product information sheet inside the box. That's not good enough, says the FDA, which issued an alert last year, calling on these companies to change the labels to highlight the potential for neurologic events. Only NexGard has done so. The rest say new labeling will appear soon.
I'm Arnold Diaz from Pix 11.
The prescribing vet at the Rutherford Animal Hospital wouldn't speak with us, but the director said it would be impossible to list every possible side effect for every medication. We did dispense the package insert with the medication. Tuba didn't read it.
I got you.
Locum's been hospitalized 4 times so far. Anti-seizure medications are not working. Tuba says it's already cost her $10,000. The manufacturer of Simparica, Zoetis, sent her $3,300. She needs more.
They're telling me they can't do this ongoing, which is what my expenses will be ongoing.
I'm Arnold Diaz from Pix 11.
After we visited Zoetis, a company executive called Tuba, offering to look at all her receipts for possible reimbursement. As for Locum, she's taking him to yet another specialist this weekend.
Other people have told me I should put him down because of what he's going through, and I can't even imagine that.
The FDA has warned veterinarians to be cautious about prescribing these drugs. Dog owners are advised to speak with their vet before deciding among the many flea and tick remedies on the market. Your choice could be important. I'm Arnold Diaz, Pix 11 News.
we just saw serious side effects, and whether or not your vet talks to you about these medications, or you are able to get the package insert to read it. So there was a study done on the effects of some of these pesticides on emotional and cognitive behaviors. So the effects are not just physical, they can also be mental, emotional, behavioral. Okay, so this is where I wanted to show you about the FDA warning. They came out and they said these products, they're not drugs, have been linked to neurological events. And they asked the companies to put a warning on their packages. Some of them hadn't done it by 2021 because it was a problem with creating the packaging, the cost of the box. So it's important for us to do our own research, to be our pet's advocate, because we're the only ones who know our animal and can do that. These two charts, 2023 and 2025, they have one for each year, and it lists the adverse reactions in total, and it's based on for each of the different brands. So they have Brevecto, Brevecto Plus, Credelio, Credelio Plus, NexGard, NexGard Combo, Simparica, Simparica Trio. It's not bad enough that they have one poison that they give. They increase it and give it to you in a bigger dose. So the point is the number of deaths in the red numbers have gone up significantly. Again, probably 10% at the most is being reported, but these numbers are continuing to go up, and it is horrifying because we think we're giving these to our animals for good reason, for helping them stay healthy. And we'll talk about how maybe that's not really what's going on. So these are the products that the FDA came out and updated with the warning. There are probably new ones that came out, and they should be added to it as well. I just wanted to be really clear on how these products work. So your dog either ingests or topically applies the poison to the body. It goes into the bloodstream throughout the body, and then it becomes concentrated in the dog's tissues, in the skin. So when the flea or tick or a mosquito bites your dog, they're going to ingest that toxin and it's going to kill them. But they got bit. So if you're worried about a flea bite, a tick bite, a mosquito bite, any of the things that they carry, these products are not preventing those bites. The other thing people say, well, what about the Seresto collar? Because, that's not internal and that's not something that you put on their skin. But it still is on their skin. It absorbs through the skin into the bloodstream. The other thing is, if you have kiddos or other animals, that collar touching a person or another animal is going to rub off on them. And so we've seen some pretty serious rashes. What does this say? Can cause severe skin, respiratory, terminal seizure, terminal cancer, terminal autoimmune disease, terminal neurological disorder, reproductive and birth defects, terminal liver and kidney disease in people and animals. Here's some pictures of the Seresto collar, side effects, reactions, and then the one on the right is a frontline reaction. That was a dog that Krista took care of. All right, so now let's talk about ticks. This is a really big one because ticks are gross and they carry Lyme disease, and everybody is afraid that their animal is going to get bit by a tick, and I don't blame you, they're horrible. But what I want to point out is there is a risk factor. And the very first thing that I recommend people do when they're looking at what do I have to do to prevent my animal from getting these bites is first look at the risk factor in your area. Okay, so let's say Nevada. Do you live in Nevada? Well, there's a significantly negative chance that your dog is exposed to ticks. Okay, so why would you give them the poisons? Here's a list of things that are some of the side effects or the symptoms of these pesticide poisonings. And you can see it goes through their entire system. It affects every aspect of their health and can end their life. The other thing to be really mindful of is the Monsanto, the pesticide that's on the lawn. There's so much information out there linking this to cancer, whether it's for people or for pets. So it's really important if you're having this type of product put on your lawn that you keep your animals off of it and look for something that's less toxic if you can. Epigenetics, they're showing that the effects of these glyphosates, these toxic pesticides, are being seen in future generations. So it's not just affecting your dog today, it's affecting their dogs if you have a dog that is breeding. All right, heartworm preventative, this is the other really contentious topic because we've all seen a picture of that heart with the worms at our vet's office, and it is horrifying, and nobody wants their animal to have that happen. But knowing what the potential side effects are of this product. In this case, this is Krista's dog Capone. Look at this beautiful little boy. He was 100% blind after one dose. And we're talking about HeartGuard. So these preventatives are not harmless. They are pesticides that have potential toxicity. If you live in a place where heartworm is endemic, you can work with your holistic or integrative vet to come up with ways to keep your animal safe. We always recommend having your pet, I'm saying dog because most cats are inside, and so I don't go there, having them tested twice a year to see if they test positive for heartworm. If you're in a really highly infested area, you might want to do it more than twice. Okay, so again, we need to look at risks. There's going to be a forecasted prevalence map every year. They publish this, and so there are certain areas. Here's an area in Southern California where I used to live that has 0 to 0.25% prevalence of heartworm. That means your animal is not likely at all to be bit by a mosquito that is carrying the heartworm larva. The heartworm life cycle is really important because it gives you an idea, especially if you're in a low risk area, what has to happen in order for that heartworm to be given to your animal. So a mosquito has to bite an animal that has heartworm. It's only a certain type of mosquito, though. It's not all mosquitoes. And the mosquito that has the heartworm larva, within 14 days, has to bite your animal to transfer that larva. There's a thing about temperature. If the ambient temperature goes below 55 degrees, it kills them, and so that's that stops the cycle there. Anyway, the point is, it's not every mosquito, and if your animal does get bit by a mosquito that has the heartworm larva, you don't want to give them heartworm medicine because it's going to potentially kill the heartworm larva, and it could make them seriously ill. So we always want to test and see if they are positive or negative, and then go from there. And we have some great alternatives that are holistic. The HWF is one that we use a lot. It's called Amber Naturals. They've been around for a long time and really, really helpful and safe to deal with positive heartworm. So we talked about immune system, really important. That goes to a real food diet, limiting these toxins. Same with shots, and then also fragrant products in the home. All of those things help the immune system stay strong. Personally, I use the essential oils for a lot of what we're talking about. Use it for cleaning, first aid, air freshening, and also pest prevention. These are two recipes that Krista put together that she uses. This one recipe is for heavily infested areas for flea and tick, and the other one is, you can see, much less I can't think of the word, for indoor dogs. They need far fewer components in the flea spray. You can also make your own flea and tick collar. So you take a leather collar, distilled water with the essential oils, soak it in. Actually, it's a nylon cloth collar. And then after it dries, put it on them. That's going to be much safer than the Seresto. And also, if you touch it, it's just going to keep the pests away from you. It's not going to give you a rash. Krista has a natural yard spray, which we love, instead of the Monsanto. And I can put the video link in the post. There's also flea prevention dog treats. Organic coconut oil, nutritional yeast, and doTERRA turmeric oil. We'll talk about the turmeric in a minute. So lots of different ways that you can introduce these pest preventatives to your animals. The turmeric oil, there's a PubMed study that showed that when the turmeric oil was ingested, that it prevented the tick attachment. This is for people and pets. So we really like the turmeric when we're helping our animals. There's the PubMed study. We have the turmeric jewel cap, which has the essential oil and also the herb. For the larger animals, you can give this to them internally. We take it as people. Cedarwood is one of the essential oils I love to use. If you can believe it, repels bed bugs. So if it can do that, it can get rid of fleas and ticks and mosquitoes. It's just a natural insect repellent. If you think about the cedarwood closets you put in there to repel the moths. It's also great for skin, and it's uplifting. It's good for emotions. Lavender, we know lavender is great for all things calming, physical and emotional. Great for burns. I use it all the time when I'm cooking, and it's an exceptional insect repellent. Citronella, we all know about citronella and the citronella candles and those things that we've used for years. It's a really good pest preventative. Peppermint, again, I love planting peppermint, and the bugs don't bother it because it is a natural pest preventative. It's also good to keep away rodents and spiders, just so you know. Lemongrass, again, really, really powerful bug repellent. It's also good for sore tendons and muscles and ligaments and all those things. I love how the oils can be used for so many different things. And then TerraShield is the repellent blend. It was created for people to use as a bug repellent. We like to add these other things for our animals just to make sure that we cover all the bases for them, because they're a lot of times more exposed than we are, especially since they're down on the ground. Lemon eucalyptus, this has been shown to be more effective than DEET. And I can assure you it's a lot safer than DEET. So at repelling mosquitoes, that's the one you want. This is the one that talks about the lemon eucalyptus. Okay, and a couple more pro tips, especially if you're talking about outside, there's a product called First Saturday Lime, apple cider vinegar, diatomaceous earth. You got to keep the poop cleaned up and keep the stagnant water away. Here is the First Saturday Lime product, diatomaceous earth. The diatomaceous earth is good to have on hand for a number of reasons. The lime is more for outside. Apple cider vinegar, the bugs don't like that. These are the two recipes that I put together. You can see that there's some overlap and there's some differences. The bottom line is these essential oils are powerful and they can be used for a number of different things. And you can use this one instead of that one. So we want you to get the oils that you're going to use in your home and then make the products that are going to work for you and your animals. All right, so this is where we have questions. And I am going to stop the share. And we're going to upload this and post it. And hopefully we will get some questions and have some more discussions on this. Okay. Have a great weekend and I will talk to you later.